Yes, and also my visitors, and also the timekeeper. We are going to have a finals of our debate. And for today's debate, the motion is that globalization hinders the development of local culture. Okay, that globalization hinders the development of local culture. And to start this debate, I'd like to ask the government team for each member to introduce yourself to judges. Please introduce your name, nickname, and school, and then your position in your team.
Good morning, honorable judges, and also the timekeeper and the option team. I am Valerie Sman as the first speaker of our math team, and I'm Margalisi Discominesi, and is the third speaker of the team. And we are Sman doing Poco Ranaka. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed.
Honorable judges, I will introduce myself. My name is Priya. Yes, my name is Priya as the first speaker of the the opposition team, and
Good morning, all. Honorable judges, honorable doctor, honorable timekeeper, my name is Keisha, and I'm from Borong, and I as the second speaker of the opposition team. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the time that has been given to me. I will introduce myself to you. My name is Laura Amirina. You can call me Milan. And I'm from Sman Borong, and next the third speaker of opposition team.
Thank you. Now, let's have case building. And for your case building, the time allotment is 10 minutes. Start from. Before we are going to start this debate, let me inform you that rules and regulations of our debate are still the same, just like what we did yesterday. I do hope that you okay. And now, let's start this debate. And I call on the first speaker from the government.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let's thank to the Almighty God who has given us some blessings and mercy. Whom I respect, the judges, the timekeeper, and also the opposition team. I am Valerie Sman as the first speaker who will explain about the definition and limitation of this debate. Beside me, Christina Jita as the second speaker who will support our statement with some pros and some relevant examples. And then Marta is as the third speaker who will re-explain explain all of the points of first and second speaker and give a strong statement to support our perspectives. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as the first speaker for the affirmative team, I am honored to present our arguments in support of the motion that globalization hinders the development of local cultures. Okay, the term globalization refers to the process of the interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments of different nations. Driven by international trade, investment, and information technology, in the context of culture, globalization refers to the interconnected and exchange of cultural ideas, values, practices, and products on a global scale. It involves the spread and adaptation of cultural elements such as language, education, music, fashion, art, and entertainment. This exchange is facilitated by advancement in communication, transportation, and technology, leading to the emergence of a more interpersonal and culturally diverse world. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's interconnected world, globalization has brought about unprecedented levels of economic integration, cultural exchange, and technological advancement. No thanks. Why? No thanks. Well, globalization has adoption. Yes, please.
We have data that more traditional village has meant for tourist purpose. Of course, it's good for our local culture. How could you say that it isn't? How about that?
Okay, thank you. Based on the fact that happened in this globalization era, the local culture slowly faded, even disappeared from certain nations. And the globalization have a bad impact. Why? Because with the globalization can make the culture to slow fade from the nation. I think that's all. Now I want to continue my speech. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, while globalization has undoubtedly facilitated cross-border trade and communication, it has also posed significant challenges to the preservation and flourishing of local cultures. One key aspect to consider is the homogenization of cultural norms and values driven by globalized media, consumerism, and corporate influence. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as multinational corporations expand their reach into local markets, they often promote standardized products and lifestyles, eroding the unique cultural identities and traditions that have been passed down two generations. According to Compassion.com that released on April 2022, the dominance of Western cultural ideas and norms in global media and entertainment further marginalizes and diminishes the visibility of indigenous cultures and language. So, that the limitation is that globalization impact on local culture development is influenced by regional context and cultural. Yes, please. Okay, you talk about the entertainment. We can we can know about our it can hinder our culture. But okay, when I think that it is about the ordinary. Okay, how about the ordinary when you make our culture in entertainment? Thank you for your question. Back to my statement. The dominance of Western culture, like the entertainment, can make the local culture to slowly fade. I think that's all, and I want to continue my speech. So, the limitation is that globalization impact on local culture development is influenced by regional context and cultural resilience. And while it may contribute to homogenization, it also offers opportunities for adaptation and innovation, necessitating consideration of various factors shaping cultural dynamics. By examining these dynamics, we can see how globalization undermines the diversity and vitality of local culture, imposing a threat to cultural heritage and identity worldwide. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The first speaker from the government team spent 5 minutes 47 seconds. Now I call on the first speaker from the opposition team to deliver her speech. Thank you.
Honorable judges, honorable moderator, honorable timekeeper, and fellow directors. Ladies and gentlemen, at first, let me give my appreciation to the first speaker of the process for their energy and beautiful speech. However, as the first speaker of the opposition team, I would like to express my disagreement with this issue. This motion today that the globalization hinders the development of local culture. Ladies and gentlemen, we see that globalization hinders development of local culture itself is problematic idea. The only positive people can say this because outside think that globalization is good thing for us to promote our culture to win war. It is the best. It is the first, ladies and gentlemen. The second, their speakers seem to worry about technology. They worry about another culture promotion through technology. It is problematic. Outside believe that technology can help us to document well our culture. We can record our ritual by using phone, or even we can share it through YouTube and Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, all this strongly does indeed my opinion in this debate is now, without any other ado, let me jump to my speech. But let me give you notice another little thing, as it will be integrated on my speech. The last but not least session, we have 3 reasons to support our wishes. I mean the explanation of population. The first, globalization will preserve local culture and help its dissemination. Why this idea justified? Look, today because of technology we can record any ritual in our culture to document it is regional forever. So we can prevent it. We also have no thanks. So many platforms utilize the uniqueness of our culture to the world. So you can say what is yes please.
Based on the fact that having this globalization era, the local culture is slowly fading, even disappearing from certain nations. For example, in Indonesia, the teenager trend to follow the Western style and Indonesian style. For example, use crop top in front many peoples. It indicates that globalization has been hindering the development of local culture. That's all.
Okay, thank you for the interruption. I mean that then the access using and technology to every country now about the culture from the Manggarai, from the NTT, from the Indonesia, so that maybe to the every country now to it. Thank you. I will continue my speech of our culture to the worldwide. So you can say Chachi in the YouTube, you can say in the Sandamata in the Facebook and the TikTok. Thank the globalization because it is technology makes us easy to say our culture. We need to celebrate it. The second, globalization motivates the rise of community-based tourism in promoting local culture. Why does it make sense? You need to know that in Manggarai we have traditional village, in Pogo, traditional village in Wailabo, traditional village in Tebet. All these traditional village is good because they need of unique tourist experience. Thanks to globalization, thanks to globalization, because of that we have motivation to learn and to preserve our local culture. The third, globalization action in Car's global stakeholders to hold, yes.
Okay, thank you for carrying the event. Nowadays, the effect of globalization make our culture lost in identity. For example, language loss. Like we always use more than one language, or we call is what called switching. For example, as Indonesia, we always say sorry to replace the word mark. What do you think about this?
Okay, thank you for good introduction. So, in the school, in the Indonesia, in the local area, we need to learn the Bulog, so that many students, many young generals can to learn in the Bulog. Thank you very much. I will continue my speech, ladies and gentlemen. The third, globalization. You need to know that one notable phenomenon in the era of globalization is the rise of cultural festivals celebrated worldwide. The movement to love local culture is global trend today. There are many cultural festivals held every year in our own country and outside. According to the Canon Group in 2023, the total number of cultural festivals will be around 3,000 even. It is just inside of this festival motivated by the wish to introduce our culture to worldwide. I mean with world that tend to globalization for their payment. Ladies and gentlemen, all these traditions will be elaborated by my second and third speaker in consulting. In conclusion, we want to beg the judges and panel to support stand and position because we have strong argument. Therefore, we strongly to propose. Thank you very much.
The first speaker spends 6 minutes 36 seconds. Now I call on the second speaker from the government to deliver the speech.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Krisna Jika, and I stand here as the second speaker of Argument 2. Building upon the arguments presented by my colleagues, I am here to further strengthen our case for the motion that globalization hinders the development of local culture. One of the key consequences of globalization is the commodification and commercialization of cultural heritage, wherein traditional practice and artifacts are often exploited for profit and consumption. For example, ladies and gentlemen, in many tourist destinations, local tradition and costume are used to mere spectacles for entertainment, devoid of their original context and meaning. This commodification not only diminishes the authenticity of local cultures, but also perpetuates stereotypes and misconceptions about indigenous people and their way of life. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, the globalization of foods and cuisine has led to proliferation of fast food size and processed food, displacing traditional ignorant practice and threatening local culinary tradition. By examining example, ladies and gentlemen, we can see how globalization undermines integrity and resilience of local cultures, perpetuating inequalities and marginalizing indigenous communities in the process. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain the negative impact of globalization for our culture. First, homogenization of culture. Globalization can lead to the spread of dominant global culture, which may marginalize or overshadow nowadays local culture, practice, and tradition. For example, nowadays, the teenager obsessed with the Western style. Yes, please.
Culture is our identity. Can you show me the indicator that we are lost our identity as you claim it is the leader? How about that?
Okay, that's it. That is an interesting question. Now I will answer your question. Based on the fact that happened in this globalization era, the local culture slow fading even disappear from Christian nation. For example, in Indonesia, you struggle in front of many people. In the Netherlands, follow the Western style that Indonesian style. In any case, globalization has been hindering the development of local culture. Now I will continue my speech. For example, nowadays a teenager obsessed with Western outfit style that is unpolished style. If we see from Indonesia perspective or in other example, let's see this modern era. We more like to consume Korean food like ramyun or KFC, etc. And we forgot our unique local food like rebo, lomak, puse, etc. First, culture imperialism. The dominance of Western culture values and norms in global media, entertainment, and consumerism can suppress the development and preservation of dominant global markets, leading to the marginalization or indigenous culture expression. For instance, Hollywood movies and Western pop music, Korean drama may overshadow local feeling, industries, and traditional music genres in many countries, leading to a decline in the production and appreciation of indigenous cultural products. That's all.
Okay. The second speaker from the government team spent 4 minutes 23 seconds. Now I call on the second speaker from the opposition team to deliver her speech.
Okay, thanks for the time and chance that you giving to me. First of all, I would like to say good morning to honorable judges, honorable members, honorable people, and also fellow debaters. Okay, I as a second speaker of the opposition team really disagree with this motion. And this motion today is the globalization hinders development of local culture. So that before we return to my speech, why I really disagree with this motion, I want to make a rebuttal to all the argument of the government. Okay, they talk about the technology and they also talk about the homogeneity. So that, okay, even you say when we know that in the era of globalization, we can see all the cultures from another country. But I think when you say that, it can make we forget our culture. But however, when we see, okay, imagine when you see more of the culture from the other country, of course you can feel worried. Why? Why you can feel worried? Because you can think that, okay, when the other people from the other country, they have a culture. So what are culture? We want to know that what's our culture, that it make that we can, we have Mulong in our relation in school, so that it can make you learning about your culture and you don't forget about your culture. And I think when you talk about technology, we can see more. You can, for example, you see the Korean people use jeans or tank top. We can, but I think it's not true when you think it can make we can make our forget about our culture. And now we are going to my speech why I really disagree with this motion. At the first, globalization we resist local culture. Yes, please. Thank you for attending this meeting. So, how do you respond to the fact that globalization often promotes cultures of this globalization, resulting in informative,
lifestyle, values, and consideration worldwide. So what do you think about it?
Okay, like I said before, when people from the other country can promote their culture, of course, I mean that we as Indonesian we can promote also our culture. Why we want promote our culture? Because we feel worried when we see that more of the country have diversity. We have culture. Of course we can worry, and of course we can promoting our culture. And okay, now I want to continue my speech. Okay, and the first, globalization, the principle of our culture and health is discrimination. Okay, we know that in this era, in this globalization, we have technology so that the technology can make we know about our culture. Okay, for example, we have YouTube, TikTok, Instagram to share video or picture from the way past. I mean that they can make we can anything to like our culture in the past. So we know, so we learning how what's the kind of our culture, especially in Manggarai, so that even you say that we forget about Rubble or whatever. However, in the fact, the Manggarai should and they still know about Rubble and whatever that you say that. And it is not fake when you say about it. And you know when we can look this diversity, we can understand. And you know, like I said before, we can feel worried. And of course, we should. I mean that we want to do this. No thanks. We want to know and preserve our culture. And second, globalization will motivate the rise of community based culturally oriented from local culture. Yes, thanks. Okay. Now I'm going to speak why I say that the globalization can motivate the rise of community based tourism. You know, especially in Manggarai, we have wearable, bena, or kampung adat Tebet to make tourism know about our culture. We can together learn about diversity. So then, how you can say that globalization can hinder our cultures? Why? Okay, I think that you know, I already did that. With the information and culture visited NTT according to NTT government in 2023 that was adding price in tourist visit to the traditional village. So now, why you say that we can forget it is a globalization that hinders our culture? And the last is about globalization encourages global stakeholders to hold cultural festival and participate in cultural preservation grades. I mean, in this point, talk about how we can make a festival, how we can make in the festival to show our culture, like make chachi, dancing, or whatever. So people, especially in Manggarai, can know and learning about our culture. No, not only know, but we can know specifically about our culture. And you know, we have a UNESCO also to help to make a present our culture. So by all the reason, I will introduce and I want to stand and celebrate our ideas. Proud to boast.
Thank you. The second speaker from the opposition team spent 6 minutes 48 seconds. Now I call the third speaker from government team to deliver her speech.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Judges, board governance, and members of the audience. I'm Martha as the third speaker of affirmative team. As the third speaker of affirmative team, I'm here to deliver our motion that support motion that globalization hinders of local cultures. Globalization despite have many benefits in the fight to economy and technology. Actually, hinders the development of local culture. The process of cultural homogenization causes the dominance of global cultures, such as Western culture, which erodes the diversity of local cultures. Global media promotes uniform values and lifestyles, reducing the younger generation's interest in their cultural heritage. Additionally, local cultures are often commercialized for economic purposes, turning traditions and customs into commodities that lose their original meaning. The surge in values from collectivism to individualism and consumerism, identity crisis among the younger generation. Globalization also shifts focus from cultural preservation to economic development, neglecting vital local languages and practices to globalization has significant negative impacts on the development and preservation of diverse and rich local cultures. So, on the affirmative team arguing how globalization handles the development of local culture. Thanks. Yes, please.
Okay, before in the first year argument, we were talking about globalization have many benefits. What do you mean? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your questions. For example, some of benefits of local cultures is cultural pluralism and dominance of Western culture, values and norms in global media, entertainment, and consumers can suppress their development and preservation on indigenous cultures and languages. I think I have answered your question and I will continue my speech. Language wars. To diminish of global languages such as English can lead to the erosion of local languages and dialects. As English becomes code-switching of basis and communication, younger generation may prioritize learning it over their native tongues, resulting in loss of linguistic diversity and cultural richness. Third, commercialization of traditions. Globalization can commercialize traditional cultural practices, turning them to commodities of tourist consumption. This commodification often leads to the destruction of simplifications of cultural traditions for fit market expectation. Fourth, standardization of cultural products. Globalization media and entertainment industries tend to reduce standardized cultural products that cater to mass audience, often at the expense of local creativity. Please, no thanks. Yes, please.
Okay, you're talking about language. So, you know that in Indonesia, students, for example, learning English language or German language, so I think it is good for them. So how about that?
So thank you for your question. Come back to our statement before that. Based on the fact that in the globalization era, the local cultural flowing trading even disappeared from certain Asia. For example, styles that Indonesian style. So I will continue my speech. Social displacement and dislocation. Globalization can disrupt traditional social structures and community dynamics leading to social dislocation and orientation. As local economy become integrated in global markets, traditional life food may be their initiative forcing communities to adapt or migrate in search of economic opportunities, further outdoing their cultural roots. By showing these points, I, as the third speaker, can underscore the multifaceted ways in which globalization hinders the development of local cultures, emphasizing the need for measures to safeguard and promote cultural diversity and heritage in the face of globalization process. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. The third speaker from government team spent 6 minutes 15 seconds. Now I call on the third speakers from opposition team to spend deliver speech.
Okay, thank you very much for the time and chance that has been given to me. First of all, I would like to say good morning to our honorable judges, honorable moderator and timekeeper, respectful audience here, and fellow debaters. I, as the third speaker from opposition team, and as the third speaker, let me to reiterate what my two friends have discussed. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, it is motion very interesting to be discussed. And before I go into my speech, I want to give some rebuttal to all reasons from my government team. And before I give my argument, I want to say the third speaker from government team in the first reason they talking about globalization have many benefits. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that precisely they to refuse this motion. So, but however, they say globalization have many benefits. So I think that they agree with our position. The second, they're talking about technology can make slow a nation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, like my first and second speaker. So how our country can promote their culture through technology. So I think that we are so worried because, for example, we know that our country promote their culture. So I'm worried because what our culture. So I want to promote also our culture in technology. So I think that technology is helping us to promote our culture in our country. The second, they always talking about homogenization. So, like my first and second speaker already explained about it, that homogenization it is a problem and it is not true, ladies and gentlemen, because you need to know that diversity to reach our understanding about local culture. So you can show the perspective, tradition, and experience and different experience. Different experience. So globalization not to treat local culture. So it is good and it is getting strong our culture, ladies and gentlemen. So that's other rebuttal from me. Now let me jump to my speech. I still stand with my first and second speaker why our team really disagree with this motion, because we have 3 points to support our position. The first, globalization will prefer local culture and help its dissemination. Second, globalization motivates the rise of community-based tourism is promoting local culture. And the last, globalization ensures global stakeholders to hold cultural festivals and participate in cultural preservation grants. Okay, now let me to explain it deeper about it, and I hope the government to keep careful and concentrate with our position, with our reason, because it is really important to support our position. Okay, the first about globalization will preserve local culture and help its dissemination. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean that through the exchange idea, tradition, and different experience and practice culture, so we
to make our cooking is good. No, thank you. And I mean that to extend idea and
You agree, please? But we as the government team agree this motion. So how do you respond to the fact that globalization often promotes cultural homogenization, resulting in uniform in mistakes, values and preferences worldwide?
Okay, thank you very much for the interruption. Like I said before that globalization not to treat other people, and I need to tell you again that diversity is really important for them, because diversity and like I said before, different experience. You can exchange idea, tradition or practice to our country. So it is good. It is good. And how can you say that? Okay, thank you very much. Now let me jump to my speech. Like I said before, it is good, ladies and gentlemen, because with globalization, we can push tolerate and diversity in our country. The second, globalization motivates the rise of community-based tourism is promoting, ladies and gentlemen. Like my first and second speaker, it is very interesting to be discussed. To be discussed. So we can optimist to our local culture. So we can participate in many activities. So like my first and second speaker, festival international is good, ladies and gentlemen, to promote our local culture. So, and the third, globalization is significant change interact society. So, if you participate in festival international, you can know that people of country. So, it is good to hide your interaction and your friendship in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is really important for us to understand, and that's reasons why our team really disagree with these motions. And I want the judges and panelists here to stand with me to oppose this motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The third speaker from the opposition team spent 6 minutes 36 seconds. Now I ask the opposition team to deliver their reply speech.
Okay, thanks for the chance that has been given to me. Distinguished, respectful moderator, Mr. Keeper, and fellow visitors. Okay, I'm still here as a reply speaker to give a conclusion in today's session. Dear tourists, you have seen how it is proposed, and it is very clear we have chosen defended as opposition team with a logical argument and good sporting explanation. Now, let me prove to you that our side is better than them. Okay, at the first, their reasons are so simple and so clear, because our rebuttal are so strong, and our side can easily refuse their idea. For example, they are also talk about the technology and homogeneous. But however, ladies and gentlemen, even we see the diversity or the local culture from the other country, but however, we can feel worried, because when we see more culture and diversity from the another culture, of course we can worry that what our culture, and we want to learn, because we feel worried, ladies and gentlemen. And the second, the reason our super opposition are strong, reasonable, and systematic, and also the government team, even they don't give all rebuttal to all the argument of the opposition team, and it is mean that their reason and their position are so weak in this debate, and of course I also have 3 reasons to support our position in this debate. At the first, globalization will preserve local culture and help its dissemination. And second, globalization motivates the rise of community-based
encourage global stakeholders to hold cultural festival and participate in cultural preservation grants. I mean that the 3 points is so important to support our position in this debate. At the first, let's talk about how the technology can help us to share our culture. Even the government think they say, okay, with the technology we can forget our culture. However, ladies and gentlemen, when we feel worried, to forget our culture, of course, we also can promote our culture. Even the government team say that with technological in this era, we cannot forget our culture. And the second, we have community-based tourism, like a wearable, pena, or kampung adat timber, so that it can make, especially in Manggarai, to have a motivation to know and to learn specifically to our culture, so that they can forget about their culture. And of course, it can make more people from the other country can know about our culture, and we can feel proud to our culture, ladies and gentlemen. And the last, it is about globalization can encourage global stakeholders. I mean that it is going to talk about how we can make festival, how we can make an event to show a diversity and local culture in Manggarai. Even they say that the Manggarai people can forget Borong or whatever you say. But I think it is not fake, ladies and gentlemen, because we can make a festival, we can show specifically about our culture, like Songke maybe, or Borong, or Chachi, and whatever. And okay. And it is so important in this we discuss in this debate today. And now we have some things from the government team. At the first, they don't give a report to our team, so that they in the weak position in this debate. And second, they answer to all interruption from our team. It is not satisfying to our team. And the third, okay, I think that they are really sure and they agree with our position, because from the third speaker of the government team and in the first statement, they talk about the technology have benefits, so that do all the consideration.
Time is over.
Oppose this motion. Thank you.
The reply speaker from the opposition team spent 5 minutes 3 seconds. Now I call up the reply speaker from the government team to deliver the speech.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed judges and moderator, and of course the opposition team. As we near to the conclusion of this debate, I want to take a moment to reiterate the key points that our team has presented in support of the motion that globalization hinders the development of our culture. Throughout this debate, we have highlighted the significant challenges posed by globalization to the preservation and flourishing of local cultures. Ladies and gentlemen, from the homogenization of the cultural norms and values to the marginalization of indigenous language and tradition, globalization has played a central role in eroding the diversity and vitality of local cultures worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, we have demonstrated how multinational cooperation, driven by profit motives, often promotes standardized products and lifestyle that undermine the unique cultural identities and tradition of local communities. Additionally, the dominance of Western cultural ideals and norms in global media entertainment further exacerbates this marginalization, diminishing this visibility of indigenous cultures and languages on the global stage. Moreover, ladies and gentlemen, we have underscored the importance of recognizing the that while it may provide opportunities for cultural exchange, it also poses significant risk to the preservation of cultural heritage and diversity. Ladies and gentlemen, in light of these arguments, it is clear that globalization poses a threat to the diversity and relations of local cultures, jeopardizing their ability to thrive in an increasingly interconnected world. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we urge you to support the motion and join us in advocating for measures to safeguard and promote the richness of our world culture. So, for this motion, we very agree about the globalization is hinders the local culture. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. The reply speaker from government team spends 2 minutes 35 seconds. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our debate session. Thank you so much. Good morning.